Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgradetolife.com and welcome to this quote of the week video, which is about states, infinite states, states that you can view the world from, states that you can shift into so that a new snippet of experience opens up to you, that new things are going to be mirrored back to you because you are internally living in a new state. So what is all of this about? How can you approach this? How can you apply this? This video should serve as a quick reminder again on the topic of states and shifting states. So with that, let's just dive right into it and look at Neville's quote. So Neville said this: "You see, life is nothing more than a hunger. This whole vast world is a hunger, and there are unnumbered states of consciousness from which you and I can view the world to satisfy that hunger." So we get out of one state into another state. And we do that in the same way I went to Barbados, sleeping physically in New York City. In my imagination, I slept in Barbados. And my brother was moved to send me a ticket and justified it by telling me the story of the family who had never been together at Christmas. Right? So what can we learn from this quote? I think it comes with a really nice explanation and a really nice metaphor, which is basically seeing a desire as hunger, right? So what we do basically when we shift into a new state, when we imagine that we are already the person that we want to be, that we already have what we want to have, is that we inwardly satisfy that hunger. So we feel achieved. So we feel that we already have it, that we are in the state of the wish fulfilled and the feeling of the wish fulfilled, right? So Neville is saying here, first of all, that we can view the world from a new state and therefore satisfy our hunger, implying that right now we are in that state. So Neville is using hunger as a metaphor for desiring something. So hunger, right? You are hungering for physical food, is a metaphor for you desiring to be something new, to be a new version of yourself, to have achieved X, Y, and Z, and no matter which life area, or to have X, Y, and Z. And they're infinite states. That is the premise that we have to, in a sense, first of all, ingrain in us and understand and live by if we want to master the art of moving states, of shifting into our desired state, right? So there are unnumbered states of consciousness from which you and I can view the world. Basically, someone that is poor, when they, look at prices, when they walk to their mailbox, when they get emails, they're always, in a fearful state of, hopefully not another bill, hopefully not this thing that I have to pay for and all of that. They view the world from this state of poverty. Someone that is wealthy, on the other hand, they view the world from a whole nother perspective, from a whole nother lens. So it's basically like you put on other glasses in front of your eyes, right? You can wear the glasses of poverty, you can wear the glasses of wealth, you can wear the glasses of having achieved this goal, you can wear the glasses of being this type of person, right? These are all different glasses that you can wear, different lenses that you can look through to experience life. And now the question is, great, that is all nice. I understand this and I realized, yes, right now my life experience shows me the state that I am in now and that I, shifted into in the past. And I get this mirrored back to me constantly in my life, which is just a expression, externalization of the state that you live in inwardly, right? And it can be general, it can be specific, right? So if you know this and realize this, and then you understand, okay, in order for me to get new life experiences, new external experiences in this world of flesh, in this 3D world, I have to first inwardly shift into a new state. Then the question is, okay, how do I do that? And then you find some woo-woo approaches that only scratch the surface. And then you find Neville's approach, which is showing actually the deepest, most precise, most beneficial way to make the shift happen, right? So we do this, right? We get out of one state, out of the current state, into the desired state, the same way that Neville went to Barbados. And if you don't know how he did this, right, this is really simple. Physically, right? Physically in his circumstances, circumstantially, basically, he was, being in New York. He was, in his senses, with his mind, he was tied to New York. So he slept in his bed in New York. But inwardly, within imagination, in consciousness, right, in his internal world, to put it just easy right now, internally, he slept in Barbados. meaning he placed himself inwardly on the bed in the home in Barbados, and he viewed the world from that. Right? So you can right now close your eyes when you're in your living room, when you are in your office, when you're walking to the gym, wherever you're listening to this right now. And you can place yourself right now, even though your physical body is basically in this environment, but you can internally still place yourself at, oh, I'm right now in my friend's house, and you can view the world being in your friend's house. And if that would be your desire, right? Let's say you want to meet with a friend, right? And visit him in his house or whatever it is, then by you placing yourself there, you satisfy that desire, you satisfy that hunger, right? The hunger is I really want this. How do you satisfy physical hunger for food? When you eat, right? You eat food and then you're full, you're satisfied, you satisfied your hunger. And with imagination, it's like mental food that you eat. So basically you experience the end being done and therefore you satisfy your hunger. So if I want to have more money, if I want to be financially stable, I can satisfy that desire by experiencing something imaginatively and view the world imaginatively internally from how I would view it where I would be already financially stable, or X, Y, and Z. This is applicable for all other life areas as well, obviously. As all of Neville's teachings, you can not just apply them for money and health, you can apply them for your relationship situation, for your money, for your lifestyle, for whatever desire you have. So you do it by inwardly place yourself already in the end. That's basically the core statement here. And then the world will be moved automatically to move you through this bridge of incidents so that this new state can express. In Neville's case, it was basically his brother that got the impulse to send him a ticket and say, hey, Neville, listen, at Christmas, we want to be all together. So here you have a ticket so that you can pay the travel and be in Barbados, right? That was just a bridge basically leading Neville towards actually then being in Barbados. But now here's the question. When was Neville actually in Barbados? When he physically went there and then entered the island, or when he was there in his imagination? And the answer is when he was there in his imagination, because imagination is present. It's always the tense of now. So when you close your eyes and right now imagine whatever it is, that is your experience right now. Where you are in imagination, there you are. This is what Neville also said, right? Where you are in imagination, there you are. Where you are within consciousness, there you are. The state that you live in internally, that is the reality. Consciousness, your imagination is the only reality. So that is your reality, not the circumstances, right? You experience them as real, yes, but they're not the cause, right? They're then the effect of where you stand within inwardly, and they then reflect back this shift, this change in your state. So when Neville imagined himself to be in Barbados, he actually lived in that state, right, of me being in Barbados. And then the circumstances happened, the bridge unfolded to actually get him there without him forcing anything or acting as if or saying affirmations and doing all of that crazy stuff, right? So infinite states, right? Infinite states that we can view the world from: poverty, lack, abundance, clarity, stuckness, illness, health, being happily partnered, being lonely, all of that stuff. And you decide from which state you view the world, because you decide where you place your awareness on, and therefore which state you make alive, in your world. Okay? So that's the reminder of this video. Practice the art of moving states. If you want to learn how to do that, again, 2 links. First one is in the video description, is my free masterclass, where I also explain to you that this is basically the quote unquote secret, right? This is what it is about. How do we move into our desired state? Because that has always to be expressed from this mirror of life, right? Life is a mirror. It does not have a will on its own. The mirror can only show you back what you've alive within yourself, where you live in internally. So that is your only job, is to know what you want, shift into that state, bring that desired state into the here and now. And if you master the art of moving states, then you will have no problem in your life. Life will become fun and enjoyable. And when a new desire comes up, a new hunger comes up, instead of then feeling like lacking it and worrying about it, no, you're happy about it, because you know then how you can satisfy that hunger, which is by, for example, closing your eyes and experiencing that it's already being fulfilled, and bathe yourself in that end experience that implies you have it, right? If you want to learn more how to step by step integrate this in your life, and have me as your accountability partner, taking your hand, guiding you through this journey so that you can manifest your goals, so that you understand Neville's teaching, so that you can feel empowered and more happy and more grounded within yourself, then check out the second link in the video description where you can apply for a free call with Upgrade Your Life so that we can figure out if we are a good fit to work together in my program. We are very selective, so we don't take on everyone. So please only apply if you feel that you are a good fit, that you can contribute to our community, and that you are ready to make things happen and to make a shift happen, right? And that's it for this quote. So see your desire as hunger. You satisfy your physical hunger by eating food. You satisfy your desires, right? Your which is a metaphor. Hunger is a metaphor for desire, by experiencing them as already being fulfilled. As Neville did when he, in his imagination, slept in Barbados because it was his desire to be in Barbados. So he inwardly put himself there and viewed the world from Barbados, and therefore that also became his physical experience, right? That's it. Speak to you in the next quote. Bye, guys.